My next guest is the West Coast news editor for Entertainment Weekly.
Ooh.
Oh, thanks.
The hell?
Lynette Rice, everybody, Lynette Rice. Hey, baby, what's up?
You know, you talked about the graph thing, and so I wanted to see, you know, I get gifts, too, when I come here. And I got a little bag, and it said, "Welcome back, Lynette." Did you sign that, or is that Stacy from Wardrobe?
No. I signed it. Why? Why was
That is really you? It is really you?
Yeah, I wrote it today. I
You
also
did?
designed this card for you, and I wrote many of the articles in this week's edition.
I like the way that you described the
Yeah.
magazine, because it was kind of dead on.
What, it's like a blog
Blogging.
of last week's news?
Right.
Come on. You're doing fine.
Thank
Were you at the Golden Globes?
I was at the Globe.
I thought you might have been because you look fabulous. So I'm thinking.
I know,
kind
I've kept
of...
the makeup on for 2 days.
Yeah. Nice. Did you do the red carpet and all that kind of thing?
Well, I had to walk over the wet spot, because, you know,
There was poop on it.
Well,
yeah.
I didn't smell poop. I mean, there was definitely a big, well, hell, it was wet. It was very wet. And, but it harkened back to the Oscars, because on the 3rd floor of the Oscars, one of the bathrooms just had a complete explosion.
Wow.
And that smelled like...
Tootsie Fruitsie. Did she say that? All right, let's talk about late night TV then.
All right, let's...
All right, then. Where's Jay going to go after he's done with The Tonight Show?
Well, I think the idea of going to CNN is kind of fascinating.
Do you think he's going to do that?
It kind of makes sense. I mean, Jeff Zucker is a smart man. I mean, he can't...
Hasn't he fired Jay twice before, though?
No, I mean, I don't think he can necessarily run a network. I mean,
Right,
he was
right.
at NBC, but in terms of running a show, like,
Yeah.
I think he could do that, and I think it's a smart thing. And the type of interviewing that Jay does, it's not comedy, it's scripted interview. And that works well.
I'm outraged. I don't know if that's true.
I know. There's no ripping up at the card there.
Well, no, whenever I've been on Jay's show, it's a conversation. We have a conversation, for
Really?
sure. Yeah, absolutely.
There's
like
no
you and I
problem.
are having a conversation now, right?
He doesn't look down at notes when he's talking to you?
I thought he was reading something. I thought he was, like, reading Entertainment Weekly or something. So, tell me about your thing. What was going on? What happened?
You know, it would work perfect. I think he would work perfect for
Yeah? All right. Well,
Yeah.
that's good. Now, how's the rest of it going to shake down then?
Well,
Will I survive?
I think you'll survive because you're so different.
Yeah, I don't really think this is a late night show. I mean, it's on late at night, but I mean,
Well, I mean...
that's it.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. Well, you cuss a lot.
Crikey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Lynette, I've seen you many times outside of this particular conversation. You also cuss a lot.
Yeah.
People do. It's okay.
Well, people in Hollywood do.
People in Hollywood cuss all the time, especially when other people are successful.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, that's what brings it out.
Yes.
Do you think that the Schadenfreude is worse or better? I mean, because I watched the Golden Globes this year. I never normally watch it, and I thought, these people seem to genuinely like each other and be having a good time, and this is quite an entertaining show. It didn't seem like there was negative energy in there at all. So, you know, obviously I turned it off. But the... Do you think there is a community spirit, really, in Hollywood, or is it really that nasty and backbiting?
I think it's that nasty.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
I do think it's nasty. I think there's a circle of stars who are friendly to one another, and they genuinely like each other, and those who, you know, like Meryl Streep and hang out with her. But I think there's a certain nastiness, too, and I think that there's... oh, hell, I mean, we feel it all the time. We get calls from publicists if we don't write something correctly or we're not nice
Really?
about somebody. Oh, it's the worst. That's the worst part of the job.
So publicists call you up and say, how dare you write that about my client? They're much better than that and stuff?
In this magazine, for example, there's a story in there. I'm not going to point because I'm probably going to hear from that publicist, but
Right.
if we use a certain...
Just tell me what page it's on.
It's in the general TV section.
Oh, TV. Yeah, let's talk about TV then.
It's TV-ish. And if we use a few words to describe a show, which are accurate, if it's not getting great ratings. We're going to point it out. Look, you know, it's not successful.
See, this is, you got to know this about ratings. Ratings are, you don't want to get good ratings. You do not. See, that's a myth.
Right.
Who has got the best ratings in late-night television in the last 20 years? Hands down, no competition.
Mr. Carson.
No. The last 20 years. Mr. Carson has been dead for 10 years.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right.
Leno.
Leno, right.
Yes,
Leno.
yes.
So Leno, consistently the best ratings in late-night television.
Consistently.
Been fired twice.
Absolutely.
Me, ooh la la, ratings, still here.
Right.
Actually, the ratings aren't that bad for the show. It constantly surprises me.
It's not bad.
Yeah. So in the TV, there's a story in here from the TV part, and
so we use, we make a turn of phrase about how some of their shows are not doing so well, and we immediately got a call. They probably didn't make it through the entire story. They just jumped on something that we said in the second sentence, and then they picked up the phone.
do you ever think about that when you're writing a story? Do you ever think, oh, I can't be bothered? But I mean, do they get through to you? Do they actually get to you, and you think, I'm not going to write this because I'm just going to hear from them. I'm just going to be okay about it.
Well, when we were writing the Golden Globe story yesterday.
Right.
And we were jumping on the fact that it was very, it was crude. It was very crude this year because in addition to talking about prosthetic penises and talking about...
Maybe that's why I enjoyed it more than I know. Yeah.
But so we're trying to make a joke in the story, and then we also referred to the fact that they they give a Lifetime Achievement Award to Woody Allen, and we all know that his, well...
Might be too soon ye for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were looking to try to make a joke about the allegations about him and young girls.
Right.
And as we're writing it, I mean, our dirty sense of humor, I mean, we'll continue to write it, but then we'll stop and go, you know, we may not be able to say that.
Well, but that's a legal thing. I mean,
well, there is always that.
There's always that. I mean, because lawyers are constantly looking at this show and going,
yeah, we do have. Yeah.
You know, why are you saying that?
Yeah. We have to deal with the lawyers.
Yeah. I don't so much because they just say that's in bad taste, and I go, I don't care what your taste is. You're a lawyer. Is it legal? That's all. Don't let them push you around. That's what I'm saying. Freedom of the press.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, we're out of time.
Oh.
What's the, do you want your card back? I worked very hard on it.
No, I really didn't want to do it. Did you want to talk about dreams or anything?
Dreams? Oh, okay, we'll do a quick bit of therapy. Do you have any dreams?
I actually do, I thought that was an interesting segment. I'm not sure if he thought so, but I liked it when he was talking about his dreams.
Do you just review my show on my show? How dare you? All right. Let me just return the favor.
No.
Page 4 is very disappointing. Right, let's see it. What dreams do you have that recur then?
Well, I have a really bad reoccurring one about dirty bathrooms.
Dirty bathrooms?
And I'm and I go into a large bathroom. It looks like a locker room, and there is poo all over the floor, and I'm going from stall to stall to try to find a clean toilet, and I can't find one.
That's just because you work in Hollywood. It's just a metaphor for that. Well, all right, everybody, where we're at.